The future of local radio in the UK. Radio in the UK stretches back to the foundation of the BBC in 1922. But it was not until the 1960s the BBC began to experiment with local radio. They had a monopoly in local radio until 1973, when independent local radio, or ILR, began, resulting in several BBC local stations having a commercial rival. ILR continued to expand until 1986. The 1990s saw separation of AM and FM services, while FM stations concentrated on more recent music. AM stations relaunched with retro gold formats. As the 90s progressed into the new millennium, legal changes led to the creation of groups which owned several stations. Originally keeping their historic local names, but slowly rebranding under national names with local programming variants. From the 2010s onwards, the amount of local programming gradually reduced, with regional and national programming first replacing former evening early morning programs, then daytime, until all that was left was breakfast and drive time, which is now also disappearing. The BBC short of money also began to mirror the changes at their commercial rivals, albeit at a much slower pace. Starting in 2002, a new type of radio station was launched. Community radio, initially based on smaller geographical areas than local radio, but since expanded beyond just geography to include all types of specified target communities. Applicants must demonstrate that the proposed station will meet the needs of community together with required social gain objectives as set out in their application. They are not intended as direct competitors to local stations, and as such, their commercial activities are limited. Community stations are owned by their communities and are run as charities by volunteers. Another radio broadcasting model which is firmly established in the UK is hospital radio. These are stations based in hospitals broadcast to in and out patients, staff, the communities they support, and some of these stations broadcast to areas within the hospital, to bedside units, and decreasingly to traditional AM and FM transmitters, and increasingly online and to small-scale DAB, DAB being a digital radio format popular here in Europe. Hospital radio stations are run as charities and staffed by volunteers. Most radio stations in the UK broadcast 24 hours a day using automation systems to output music on a theme or pre-recorded, sometimes repeated shows. This is especially important for a community or hospital station to maintain a schedule when volunteer presenters are not available. So, with the BBC and commercial stations abandoning local listeners, do we need to look at the smaller alternatives for something truly local? It would appear so. Why listen to presenters 60 miles away, or maybe even 200 miles away, that know nothing about your area, when you can listen to presenters from your town, village, or hospital? Surely it's a no-brainer. If you've enjoyed my thoughts on this, why not like and subscribe for more similar thoughts? on similar topics and whatever takes my interest, or perhaps suggest a topic that I might cover. But until next time, goodbye.